Thank you for tuning in to Say It Like That, where we say it just like
that.
Just like
That.
Just like that.
Yes, my name is Glamis. I'm Glamis.
I'm Tony Sparks.
And I'm Chris Big Smooth Edwards.
Yes, and today we have a little twist we're going to put on it. We're going to focus on each other today because we've been doing the show for a while and you guys don't know who we are. So today we're going to start out with me. My name is Glamis and I grew up in San Francisco. Raised one son and now I have, and he's a grown man now, and that's Chris. almost went too far.
Tell the brother's age and everything. He's like trying to be low key on that. Yeah,
right. And then I have a 7-year-old Sasha, and so I say that I've been a single mom twice. Okay, I said I've been a single mom twice, and here we are. I mean, I do stand-up comedy. I've been doing it for over 20 years. Yeah.
When exactly did you start? What year was it you started?
Ooh, I want to say 1992.
92?
I want to say
91
1992, 91, because...
Something like that.
Yeah, that's right, 91, because Pat and I started. I started as a duo.
And you started as duo, as a comedy team.
I sure did. I started as a comedy team with my girlfriend, Pat.
Nice and spicy.
Nice and spicy. You play way too much.
That's what it was called, Nice and Spicy?
I forgot.
I don't even remember that.
It was
nice and
so
spicy.
were you nice or were you spicy?
I was actually
spicy.
I was actually spicy.
It was Nice P and Spicy G.
Yeah. You know what? You gonna knock it off.
Wow.
Yeah,
I'm surprised
yeah.
you guys didn't have a hip hop album.
Well, we did rap. Did you remember?
Oh,
and at the end of the
wow.
rap, at the end of the show, Nice and Spicy's gonna make it to the top. That was the end. I don't remember the beginning.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
yeah.
That's what's up. I remember for sure.
Yes, Nice and Spicy's gonna make it to the top. But what happened was we started out as a duo, and it wasn't that we set out to do comedy. A friend of, people would always say, "Oh, you guys are so funny. You guys should do comedy." And we're, no.
Oh, really?
A friend of mine, Mikael Ali, he's actually a commander commander right now in the San Francisco Police Force.
Oh, wow.
And he started us. He went to Rick Sullivan.
Right.
At the
Arts Crab Shack.
Arts Crab Shack. He set it up for us to do 5 minutes. He said, "You guys have to do 5 minutes of material because I set this up for you, so you guys need to go." And we were like, okay. So we get on stage and we're laughing at each other, of course, right? But it worked. People liked us, right?
Yeah.
So we kept going. And then we started getting requests for us to do other rooms. And do you remember Dan the Pillow Man?
Yes.
Dan the Pillow Man, we had an appointment with him the day it was. This is a.
Excuse me. Did Dan have a pillow?
Yeah, he actually had a pillow. He had a pillow, and on he had a strap around the pillow like it was a bag.
Did it work? Was it a
It
well,
did.
It did. He used it, and he mostly humped the pillow, but
Yeah.
But it worked.
Yeah, Dan.
That was his little hook.
This is a brother?
It was a
Yeah,
brother.
it's a brother.
The
Out of
Pillow
Oakland.
Man.
Out of
Okay.
Oakland. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan,
He was out of
the
Oakland?
Pillow Man.
I thought he was
That's what he
over
told
here.
me. He was doing his shows over in Oakland.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw more shows he did over here. All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Dan the Pillow Man.
Dan the Pillow Man. And so we were supposed to meet with him because he wanted us to become a regular in his room, right? So
And his rooms would pack out.
they would
Because
pack
what
out.
he would do is he would stand wherever he was performing. He would stand in front of the place for the week and just say, "I'm going to be here this time," and just talk to everybody on the street
Yes, he did. Yes,
That's
for a
what's up.
week.
yeah.
That's what's up.
And it would be standing room only in his rooms.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
No,
Go ahead,
you're
baby.
good.
I
You're
just
good.
wanted to.
I like it. I like it.
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, and so the day that we were supposed to meet with him, my friend got a phone call. It's anyway. I'm gonna get to the end of the story. She was murdered, Pat, and I kind of stopped for a while, and I said, I gotta go back. I gotta do this for us. And so I go to Arts Crab Shack, back to Arts Crab Shack, and I do my material in 2 minutes. I do my but people still laughed, right? So I was like, okay, I got to keep going. And so the rest is history. So rest in peace, my dear friend Patricia Candler, very wonderful, wonderful person. But I hope I didn't put a damper on our whole.
No.
you good.
No. But after you were forced to go solo, you hooked up with Harry Ratchford, who's a writer for Kevin Hart, and Rodney Perry. You guys were thick as thieves. You guys ran together.
Yeah.
Hey, man, they were thick.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I was around.
Yeah.
I know. And
Yeah.
every time, like even my room, the little catfish room and chicken
We'd
room
always
over.
come together.
Yeah, you guys were always, no matter what,
That's
you guys
right.
were always
That's right.
together. Even when they had the room on 3rd Street that was right on the water that was off of
The Bounty. The Bounty. It was in
Oh,
the back.
my
In the back,
Jesus.
yes. And actually, that's when we kind of got familiar with Cat Williams. He was Cat in the Hat at the time.
Right.
Remember? And so he would always say, Glamorous, you gonna make it. You gonna make it. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you. But you know, he had, that was when he was trying to find himself.
Right.
Remember, he always had a gimmick. Do you remember when he used to wear the cutout pants and the booty and
Oh,
he used
no,
to
no,
cut
I
out?
don't remember
Yeah,
that.
He
he,
used to
had this
be
kind of
Baby Prince, huh?
Yeah, he used to have this little Prince persona type of thing,
Oh.
and then he went on to the pimping, and then when he moved to LA, he still rolled with the pimping,
Right.
and then he got the movie, right?
Right.
And the rest is
He
history.
took off.
Wow.
Anytime.
You know what? I used to have a room on, I don't know if you remember, it was at 2nd and Broadway. It was Tyrone's on Broadway.
Tyrone's, that
That
was
was
a
my
hot
room. And he and what's her lady's name? With the blonde hair, short blonde hair.
Lunel?
Lunel.
Uh-huh.
They used to come and close all the time.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody else used to close.
Maisha used to come there a lot too. didn't
Maisha
she?
used to come, but the woman that was on Last Comic Standing, I can't think of her name right now.
She was on Last Comic Standing.
Yeah, I think she went on tour with you. With
Tess?
that all Tess.
remember Tess.
That's yeah.
Tess used to come and close.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, Tess. Yeah, I didn't know you
That was
worked
my
with Tess.
room.
Okay.
That was my room. That was when I discovered that I didn't know, but Donald. Okay, let me tell you really interesting about that room for me. The first night I did it, I tried to do my act, and these niggas was just looking at me.
That was Oakland. Yes.
You know, because like niggas didn't like because I spoke too correctly.
You
They
spoke
didn't.
pretty.
They didn't want to hear that. They like
They didn't want that proper.
They didn't want to hear that. They like, where's this nigga from?
Not even
Right,
proper,
this nigga
just
read
correct
books.
English.
Fuck him.
Correct English.
Anyway,
proper English.
so the next I said, you know what? The hell with these people. I said, next time I get up, I'm just gonna say what I need to say.
Yeah.
And then from that point, I started winging it. Remember, we used to always have sponsors like Bacardi Limon
And
or
Budweiser,
Budweiser or
yeah,
something like that.
I remember
And
that.
so we had them girls, and they be all like, hey. When I would make.
Do it again. What they do?
Doing all that extra.
Yeah, man, and they thought they was with
You know
it,
what?
boy. And I
Harry
used
used
to
to date
clown
one.
them.
Do you remember Harry used
Oh,
to date one?
really?
Harry Ratchford?
No, I
Yeah,
did.
He did. He dated one for a minute. He
Oh,
sure did.
I used
yeah.
to clown the hell out of them.
Yeah. Harry.
And it used to be like
Ratchford.
a lot of someone with white girls, and they would say, "My name is Shanika,"
Ooh,
some shit
the
like,
white
"Oh
girl?
yeah,
Ooh, I'm mad.
oh yeah."
I'm
They
angry.
showing up. They showing the hell.
Not white girl Shanika.
Oh,
no.
They had all.
She made that
they
name
would
up
come with all these
herself.
black
Right.
names and shit.
She gonna
you
fit
understand?
in.
Shit.
They was black by injection.
Shout out to
You know
Shanika,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Man.
Thurgood Marshall, man.
Yeah.
What's
So,
happening?
Yeah.
but okay. So the long and the short.
And you ended up doing like TV work. through
Yeah, I
them,
did,
huh?
BT.
How long did it take for you to get from you starting as a solo artist to going on television? How long did that take?
I think it was
What
4
year?
years.
Really?
Yeah, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 7 years.
That's pretty
99.
good.
1999. I went on BET Comic View, and Bruce was there.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember the host. He ended up being he doing clean comedy. He was like a preacher type of guy. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know what happened to him. I think he still does clean comedy.
Probably.
Yeah. He wore braces. He was a host. Anyway, I don't remember him. And then the following year, I went when Ricky Smiley was the host.
Ah, so you did it more than once.
I went to Atlanta. Yeah.
Ah,
I did it in
how was Atlanta?
It was cool. It was fun. I just went to do my show, and I went to my room, and I left.
Oh,
I
really?
left the next day.
So
but
you
it was fun.
didn't-
It was a good show.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good show. But yeah, so did that, and then I stopped. You know, life happens, right? And so here we are. Actually, Marv and I started doing say it like this, say it like this show, say it like that,
Say it like that.
in 2013. And we kind of hung out for a while and did a few things together. And he say it like that. We started say it like that. And
that was the comeback for you.
yeah, that was the comeback. And then life happens again, and so here we are.
Oh, okay.
And so here we are, but it don't stop.
It don't stop, baby.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Exactly. And then
Went nowhere, huh?
and then every Thursday
Every Thursday.
at 22 Hillcrest
Every Thursday, 22 Hillcrest,
at 7 o'clock.
top of the hill, Daly City.
Yes, you have a great show
Thursday,
that happens at Shugs.
Thursday.
1
7
second,
o'clock.
y'all.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys subscribe to Say It Like That Comedy on YouTube and press that like button.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
You gotta plug the show.
Yeah. Push that like button. Subscribe. YouTube.
There you go.
Say it like that comedy. Yes.
Say it like that.
Say it like that comedy. So tell us about you, Tony. Tell us your story in comedy,
Well,
or your story. Period.
let me just say it like this. I started years ago as like kind of not really. I wanted to do something different. I was 14 years old doing a comic book.
Okay.
You know, and I saw these jokes in the back of Scholastic magazine, and I started writing these jokes. I mean, every day, all the time for like 2 years. I would go to my big brother. I had a lot of. I'm from a big family, but I had one brother, and everything I did, this cat was like,
No.
he ain't like nothing.
That wasn't it?
2 years.
Okay.
He ain't like nothing that I ever wrote, right?
Okay.
He was worse than white people. and man. So one day I'm in, like 2 years later, I'm in school, and I'm in the cafeteria, and I see this guy clowning this other guy, you know, playing the dozens, right?
Okay.
And so, hell, I jump in, right? And we devastate this guy. I don't remember what we were saying.
went in on
Yeah, it
Poor
was
baby.
so sad. But
Little
then I
fella.
asked the cat, I go like, you wanna form a team?
Okay. So you guys.
So I
kinda
started
like
a
Kid and
team
Play.
like you.
Like Kid and Play. You know, they battled each other, and then they became a duo.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you started as a
Well,
duo.
Chris Reed, the fair skinned brother, Kid Play. When I lived in New York City, he used to clown me all the time about being a comic, right?
Did he?
When he was just a dancer, a backup dancer behind Salt and Pepper.
Wow.
So he used to clown me all the time. And look what is he doing now?
Look, what is he? Stand up.
He doing
He
stand
was
up
mad.
now.
He was
I
hating.
guess so, but he used to clown me
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And when
That's
I would
awesome.
run into him in New York City. Anyway, so like dig it. So we form a team, and I didn't realize I'm booking all the shows and everything. We're doing all these talent shows and stuff like this. One day he doesn't come to a show. All right. He doesn't come. He says, my mom is sick. I'm gonna hang out with her. And I didn't realize it was a show we were on. We were just hanging out that night. Turns out we were on the show. The woman asked, can I do something? Well, I was writing for the team, so I went up solo.
Right.
It was a big
Because you
auditorium.
already had the material.
Yeah, I couldn't hear the laughs. I thought I'd bombed. So I left. I came back. I left with this big fat woman named Aquanetta. I was trying to
What's up with these names?
I was trying to get up. Wait a minute, boy.
It's an Aquanetta out there. That's offending.
There's an Aquanetta, boy. So I
Your
was
mama
trying to
cold,
get her.
Aquanetta.
But I couldn't because we tried to get down on the tennis field, right? And this is the South, and there's water pockets and mosquitoes. So every time I pull out my pants, the mosquitoes was biting my butt. So I had to abandon that, right?
Okay.
So we come back, and they tell me you won first place. What?
Oh wow.
Later for my friends.
That's
Yes.
what's up.
And I got the phone. Remember phone books?
Yeah.
Remember them?
OG Yellow
I
Pages.
got the yellow page, and I just everything that said club. I looked it up and I called them. So I'm 16, mind you.
Right.
I said I'm a comic. I'm in town. I want to do your room. I played all of these rooms. Then I called them back. Said, look, I'm coming back, but I need me some money. I got paid immediately.
Awesome.
You understand?
That's
And then
16
this is
years
the
old.
beauty of it. In this town, there was a magazine called. It was like a directory. It's like a phone book. It was called Comedy USA. All right, and then all of the okay, whenever you would go to a comedy club,
Okay.
there was like a little newspaper that came out monthly. It came out of San Francisco.
Get out of town.
All right. Yes. And so that made this town attractive for me. Anyway, so if you were a working comic, the big directory, Comedy USA, you were in it, and I was in it. So I started making money like as a professional, like right away. I started hanging out with bands and touring with them, you know, doing the closing song, and I can't sing. It was great. And
How
then
did that work?
we go to these little small towns.
You said I closed out singing and I can't sing.
I can't sing, so but they be singing, you know, and like it had to be the last number, and I would just grab the mic and
go in.
It was terrible, but I did it. I was
Had a good time.
I had a great time, and I love these little small towns because you know, like people were really friendly back then, and you make a friend that night. It was so you had your boo boo. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I was with a lot of women with Jerry curls back then. Too.
You know, I wanted a Jerry curl so
Oh,
bad.
thank you, Jesus! You
My
didn't
mother
do it
wouldn't
because
let
of
me
the
do it.
It would have messed up your hair.
I'm glad you didn't.
She would not
It
let me.
would've-
I was just, well, okay, I want Jerry. She used to my ugly face. Oh, okay, I want Jerry.
I
Could
don't
you
know.
imagine what those pictures would look like right now?
Amazing.
I don't know.
I knew.
Let your soul.
I was just
I knew this white girl, even had a Jerry curl. Even in white girl, and
she cold.
How did that look?
it looked terrible. It looked greasy and nasty.
Ew.
And but it messed up your. I knew a dude who hung on to it for a long time, and now his is just wispy. You know what I'm saying? He got a bald head, but it's like wispy.
It
You
just
know,
took
you see
everything
like
out of
little, and he don't even respond well anymore. I think the chemicals seep in and just kind of mess him up. Yeah,
Toxic, huh?
Oh.
he like all blinky, you know, one eye. This is the thing though. This is the thing that used to be so funny to me. Like dudes would have a Jerry curl and they be playing basketball. You watch them, and then y'all down south, and then bees would come around,
That's shady.
roll around their head, and then that Jerry curl just drip, and they're like, "Ooh, that's sweet."
Damn.
Chris' dad had a Jerry curl. He didn't need a Jerry curl, but he had a Jerry curl. But you know, and he would spray the curl activator. So my hall door, the door to go downstairs, right? Because it would be closed because he's standing in the mirror. It had all this Jerry curl activator.
I know it'll mess up everything, and it just destroys pillows.
Yeah.
Destroys pillows.
Destroys.
I don't have that problem. I don't have to deal with that Jerry curl.
Yeah,
like
don't ever.
Yeah.
that. No, I had a curl for a second though. I was with
Did you?
Kyle Styles. Rest in peace, Kyle Styles.
Oh, rest in peace.
But he used
Kyle
to
Styles.
when I used to go to Kyle Styles, he used to put the little texturizer in. You know, we don't need that.
No.
But he would just do it and just get a little extra.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend at the time, and she said, "You look like Peter Pan."
Oh, I'm man.
So after she called me Peter Pan, I kind of
That was it.
Yeah, I don't think I really. I tried to curl like 10 years later, but
But that was actually a texturizer.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
that was very
didn't-
It
different.
wasn't a Jerry curl. It's still a curl though. I still had to.
You still had to put the stuff in it so it wouldn't dry
I had
out.
to sleep with the hair
With the plastic bag.
lightly.
That's funny.
Yeah, it
That
was cold.
is funny.
It was
Oh
cold.
That's
my
funny. When
God.
she said you look like Peter Pan, you said, "Baby, take off your pants and be my Tinkerbell."
Oh, see,
Where were you?
Tony Sparks be macking, y'all.
Man, where were you when he needed you?
Y'all stupid, man.
Oh my goodness!
Where were
Yeah.
you?
Because women, I gotta be honest with you, for some reason, like hardcore women come at me like just hard. You know, I had women be in my face saying, "Nigga, I want a boyfriend, not Daffy Duck, mother." You know,
Oh,
just
wow.
mean to me, just mean.
not Daffy Duck. Huh?
Mean, you know,
Wow.
women who like, who don't get moist unless you choke them out, and but I'm not that kind of dude, you know me.
Yeah, you're sweet.
I can't
you're
get down
sweet.
like that, but they,
So when you were in, we're gonna talk about the ladies in a minute. Ladies. But when you were in, what made you come to San Francisco? That's the
Okay.
question.
All right. Well, this is the deal. Okay. Once I went solo, I won this wonderful competition, right, in Memphis, Tennessee. I was in Memphis, Tennessee. It was like against 50 comics. It platformed me to New York City.
Okay.
All right. So what you won was I got to open up for Jay Leno.
Wow.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
I got
That's
to open up for
big.
Jay Leno. I got to go to New York City and play catcher and stay at the Roosevelt Hotel. Oh, it was great. And I got to, in first class even, I got to, on the plane, I got to play a Catch a Rising Star. And so I spent the week there and I realized, oh my God. So I saved all my money, moved back to New York City, you know, and worked there for about, for a while, for a long while. My father got sick with, I was about to really hit back in there. I did a lot of TV and movie stuff that never saw the light of day there.
Right.
I was about to hit really big. My father got sick with cancer. I dropped everything. Took care of him.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Well, my father ended up passing away. I ended up
Sorry to
making a
hear
big
that.
mistake, being sad, getting married. Oh, so sad. It was so
We all have a sad
sad.
story about
Oh.
marriage.
I'm not.
She was a really wonderful
plead the
girl,
fifth.
but how can you be a church girl and a hoe at the same time?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Right.
She was really, truly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
if you ever
know if
want to
that
get
has
some
to
real.
do any. Is that the true meaning of Holy
I
Ghost?
don't know. Hey, but I don't know if you, I don't know if you guys know this, but what's the guy's name? What's Marvin Gaye has "Sanctified Lady" is the song.
Yeah.
That song was originally going to be called "Sanctified Pussy."
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, you know, but I mean that's what's going to be the original name of
But
the
he
song.
had to put it out on for the public.
Exactly.
Yeah. It
So-
probably still was.
Well,
Sanctified.
this a deal. The thing is, he was hitting on it. I'm telling you, them church girls can get down.
Wow,
Right.
that's what they
Them
say.
church girls can give it to you so good it'll break your spirit. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, that's
Because they had everything forced on them, and at the same time,
Well, I
They
think
just ready.
you know what I think it is. I think it's because of that repression. You know, I gotta hold back.
Yeah.
And then then later at night, they're like, "Nigga, I'm gonna give you all that." You know, like,
the
I'm
turn,
super
the
heat.
turn-
Anyway.
that turn and twist is crazy, boy.
Oh my god.
The what now?
That turn and twist, that little tug, turn and twist, little
Yeah.
motion that they do.
Oh.
Hey, you know,
And then
Is that just the Holy Girls?
and then
nah, it ain't just the holy
Is that
girls.
just the
Mm.
whole?
And don't let them.
Ah!
That's hilarious. Don't let them be a cheerleader because they they make up a chill on it. They reverse cowgirl on it.
That reverse cowgirl, man.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I took it too far. I took it too far. I'm sorry. I took it too far.
Oh, you about to tell your business. You about to tell your business. You about to say you got a little church girl in you. Oh shit, you scared me.
Oh God, that
You
was
about
just
to
a
make
joke.
oh boy. You about to make me lose respect. Anyway.
Right. Oh my goodness.
I
You
got it.
just had a birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy
Yeah,
birthday.
thank you so
Tony
much.
Yes,
Sparks.
happy birthday, Tony
And,
Sparks.
but it's Monday, so it'll be a long time by the time.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's
It
all
doesn't
good.
matter. You just had a
Yeah,
birthday.
I
You
just
just
had
had
a
a birthday.
birthday.
And I got some chocolate.
There you
We-
That
we
came
got
all
some
the-
chocolate.
we got some chocolate
That
all the
came
way
all the way
from
Spain.
Spain. And
Yes.
so we're gonna have a birthday Spain chocolate for
Yeah,
Tony.
there you go. And it's
Well,
Negro.
y'all might not
chocolate.
get none of this.
Having a
This
Buenos-
thing got nuts.
Buenos dias.
Ah.
Ain't nobody trip. I said that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Here, please. Don't get the big one.
I'm gonna get a little one. I'm getting a little.
They do look good.
They
though.
do look good, right?
Mm.
So that was a gift from Barbara. She went to Spain and she brought that back. So
Whoa.
yeah, imported. But
I'm gonna get some
you
later.
don't want
I'm gonna get some later.
Okay, I'm going.
I might just let y'all get yours in, and I'll take the box
We
with me.
gonna. Oh my God! You don't. Just touch the microphone.
Almond.
I
They
gotta take
sound
this part
fat.
off.
No.
You touched the microphone.
You asked me how did I get here, so let me finish this up and we can go. I got here because after my father passed and I was married, my godmom was here, and she goes like, "Look, I need somebody to be with me because my son just passed away from AIDS."
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah. And so I wanted to get away from this woman, so I immediately
Fuck up out of here.
I got up, boy. I had $35. I got here, I had $6, but I made it work.
You
right?
made it work.
I made it work. You understand? And I had to work hard. I got to be honest with you. And all the time of doing stand up, I never had to work so hard than when I moved here. All right. Like the whole thing, like, because comedy was different. Remember, over here was white comedy in San Francisco, and over in the East Bay it was black comedy.
Right.
And I spoke to properly to be truly accepted in the black comedy community.
Like circles, huh?
Right, and initially, and then over in the city, they hated black people over here, man, and they was always trying to stop you from doing stuff. So I had to start my own things.
Yeah.
And it blew up.
And here you are. You have the brainwash, and you
Brain-
have that on Thursdays. And well, you have brainwash every day of the week, yeah.
Now, brainwash is Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. At what time?
Usually 6 o'clock.
Usually 6
Now,
o'clock.
there's a thing that's really cool about that, is that after all this time, I mean, it's been 18 years going on 19, but he saw the marketing potential in what we were doing.
Yeah.
And now, this guy's making really great money.
Yeah, he is.
Because,
Yeah,
every time you go in there, what happens? It's packed.
It's packed.
I got a question for y'all. Because y'all, I respect y'all generation. The 25th anniversary of Def Jam came out just not too long ago.
Yeah.
And that's y'all generation. So y'all stood strong. Compared to this generation, do you think with y'all same material and y'all were just to be dropped in as soon as y'all started, do you think y'all have an easier time now?
With the same material?
Because y'all had heavy hitters y'all were dealing with. Now you have,
It's kind of different.
because
It's kinda
anybody can be seen now.
different. Yeah.
Well, let's look at it. Now people are used to comedy. Back
Okay.
then, when we were doing in the people, it was still kind of new.
Right.
Okay, can we do this real quick and come back to your question?
Okay, sorry,
Can you let
my bad.
everybody know who you are,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we'll go back just real quick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Chris Edwards. Obviously, I was born and raised here, right here in San Francisco. I'm from two neighborhoods because my grandmother stayed in one side of town, so I was from the Ingleside district. Also, when my mother stayed in Silver Terrace, I'm from Bayview. So it's like, I know a lot of people just from being from both parts.
And you got the best of both worlds.
Got the best of both worlds in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So as far as I went to school, I went to St. Emilius. Shout out to anybody that went to St. Emilius. The realest Catholic school ever. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not T-Train.
No. That's St. Emilius, the Earthquakes. St. Emilius Earthquake. Then I went to Fellowship Academy for 1 year. That's where I met my best friend. That's no longer here. Rest in peace, Christian Foster. Shout out to Christian and the Fosters. You know what I'm saying? Then I went back to St. Emilius, and from there I had 3 high schools. I went to Reardon, and Reardon, my family, they were paying for me to go there, and I didn't feel like y'all shouldn't have been paying for school. I just don't feel like y'all should have paid for school. So I ended up going to Thurgood Marshall, what happened to be in my backyard. So I went there for 2 years, and due to a graduation situation, it was 230 at Reardon to graduate units, and it's 280 at Thurgood. So I had to go back to a 230 to graduate on time. So instead of going to some other San Francisco schools, I ended up going to Jefferson in Daly City because that's when my cousin was going. A couple people I knew that used to go to Thurgood, so it was a no-brainer. So from there, we won a championship at Jefferson, so I was a basketball player, still do play. From there, I went to New Mexico Military Institute. It's a military school, you know what I'm saying? There, I met my boy Cheese from New York. That's my folks to this day. I still got, a good relationship from there, but that's where I went for my first year of school. Then I went to City College for a semester. From there, I went to Los Medanos in Pittsburgh, played there. Then I got recruited to go to Notre Dame de Namur University in Belmont. And what helped me go there was my friend Christian. he was going there as well. Right. So, you know, I ended up going to play for Northern. It was a no-brainer. Christian goes there. They want me to go. Yeah, I'm there. Okay. So, you know, from there, I went to the Philippines. Oh, it was a mission trip. So, you know, because in the Philippines, basketball is their top sport. You know what I'm saying? So we went over there to help the people, feed them, you know, all that type of stuff, take care of them, whatever, give them clothes. But our part of the mission was to entertain them. So we went over there and played basketball. And it was a tryout as well, but only one person got picked up. He was half Filipino, Josh Urbastanzo. Maybe some of you guys know him. He's local. He's from Belmont. And he's actually an all-star in the Philippines right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he's doing his thing. And then from there, I ended up playing semi-pro basketball for the San Francisco Rumble.
Oh, wow.
Played for a few years. We actually made it to the Final Four, but due to budget situations, you know, I don't know, they didn't want to fork up the bill to go to Texas, but we made it to the Final Four. We had to forfeit. And then, I feel that was an opportunity because we had some players, some real ballers on that team. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the San Francisco Rumble. They're supposed to be starting back up, I believe. So, you know, that's just an outlet. Yeah.
We over?
Yeah. Oh, we over? Okay, my bad. Well,
No, brother. No, that fascinating.
Right.
Fascinating.
So
fascinating. You have a lot more to tell, man. Yeah, you ain't no joke.
It's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah. It's like, I could be honest, I was a late bloomer in a lot of things.
Really?
Everything, like, I was advanced, but at the same time, I was a late bloomer and things. So, like, as far as basketball, it's like I was good. Then I got my growth spurt, and then kind of got goofy, and then I started to get better, started to find my legs, get athletic, you know what I'm saying, gain some confidence, you know.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I would have started from high school, people wouldn't work with me. It was crazy. It was like an intentional, like, we're not gonna mess with that dude just because he's that dude. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason.
I understand that.
Probably jealousy for whatever reason.
I'm sure it was.
You know what I'm saying? As you look at it now, you know, the haters, I love you. Thank you for doing what you did.
Thank you
know what I'm saying?
Be myself.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, that's life. You know. And now we here.
And now we here.
Making stuff happen. You never know what this could lead to in a couple years.
It's about to blow because y'all gonna go to that button, subscribe, push like, and we all in there. Because when we come up, y'all come up on YouTube.
Exactly.
On YouTube.
Yeah, we could continue this next time though.
Yeah, we could continue it next time. But let's answer the questions about Def Jam, or do you want to talk about it next time?
Let's talk about it next time.
Let's talk about it next time. All right. Definitely. Well, thank you guys for watching and tuning in.
Thank you so much.
Say it like that.
Say it like that.
We say it like that.
Just like that. Until next time, guys. See ya.
Big Smooth and I'm out. I'll see you next week. Yeah, girl, I'll see you next week.
You guys know we still streaming. You know that,
we are still streaming.
We're off here and we're streaming. We could keep going. That's my point. Okay, we're not going. We love you. We love you. Can you sing a song? Can you sing a song, Tony? I want you to sing us out.
I can't sing, but you heard me sing.
Sing us out, Tony.
Bye, y'all.